Hello and good evening to the Astro Tarot channel for August, and today is Lammas, so we're doing a Lammas special. It's really nice to have you all here with me. I'm really excited about doing this lovely kind of meditation for you. I love the time of Lammas because it's all about giving gratitude for the bounty. Yes, the 1st of August, known as Lammas, is also known as Loaf Mass. And last year I remember going for a walk in the forest, because I live near Epping Forest in London, and I went for a walk in the forest for the first time because I've been working so hard since I'd moved here, and someone just put some money in my account, a few hundred, randomly, and I was like, oh, that's lovely, thank you, Lammas. I'll take the afternoon off. And I went for a walk in the forest here for the first time, and I absolutely loved it. I really loved it. And yeah, so basically, as I went for a walk in the forest, I saw all of these loaves. It was a mass of loaves in the pond, and I thought it was rather random. I didn't think that somebody had done a ritual. I just thought it was a random thing. So a few days after that, a client came to see me, and he'd made me a loaf of bread. And at the time, I'd given up carbs because I was going on a juice detox. And I was like, oh no, because it's this freshly made bread. But it felt rude to say no, especially when he told me it was wrapped in a Harrods tea towel. Abundance again. And I thought, yeah, saying no is like saying no to the universe. I don't trust my intake if you give me abundance, universe. So I didn't say no. And the same thing kind of happened today, just before I got here. I thought, I want to go and celebrate Lammas, really. So I went for a walk in the forest again, and went to see if those loaves were in the pond, and they weren't, so I'm sure it was just totally random last year. And I went for some food al fresco style in this Turkish restaurant that I wanted to be in. I'd seen before and I thought I really like. So I sat there and I thought, yeah, this is nice. It's a nice summer evening. There was a break in the clouds. And I thought, I'm just going to have a vegetarian kebab. You know, it's just going to be really light and easy and simple. Except they came with this big, massive basket of bread. And I was there on my own. And I tell you, the bread could have been for like 4 or 5 people. And it wasn't just any bread, you know, garlic bread, but kind of even better. It was amazing. And so I ended up eating almost all the bread because it's loaf mass, and hardly any of the vegetarian kebab. And the bread was supposed to be free with the meal, but I feel like I paid for a very expensive whole load of bread. But hey, we're abundant, right? So that's been my Lammas, or my loaf mass. And when we have a look at the comments later and your questions that you might want to send in about the energy in the month and how it might be affecting you personally, then I'd also love to know how your Lammas has been. So welcome everybody. My name is Tiffany Crosara. Most of you probably know that anyway, but for any of you that are new, I'll just run through quickly what the Astro Tarot channel is. I started it a couple of years ago on YouTube, and it's a monthly reading using astrology and tarot, and we're just channeling what comes through from that. But the last few months, I've decided to turn it into a live webinar so that you guys can interact. So what we do is we build the energy together with a meditation at first. And of course, this one's going to be slightly devised for Lammas. And then I do the monthly reading, but you will all be involved in that. You'll all be sending your collective energies into that. And then after that, you can just send a comment in the chat box. And if you want it to be a non, please put a non before you put your message. Otherwise, I have a habit of reading your name out, which gets rather embarrassing for us both. And yeah, just at that time, if you want to ask anything about what's happening for you this month, you know, in terms of more specific question, you know, of like how the astrology and the tarot that has come up already, you know, wanting to go a little bit deeper on maybe something that you've got coming up, that's the time to do it. So it's fun, fun, fun. And it would be great if you could just kind of put in the chat box that you can hear me okay. A bit late for me to say that, so I'm hoping we're all right. And also, you know, enable chat box might be good. There we go, enabling. Oh, yeah, okay, lovely. You're saying hello to everyone. Yeah, hello there. Lovely, lovely, lovely. You're all doing it already. I don't need to tell you what to do. So it's nice to see that you're all building the group energy. So you probably see that the chat box also has a private and a public function. So when you send your message, if you want it to be private to me, then you would need to put private to admin. Okay. Otherwise it gets sent to everyone. But then I guess if you want me to read it out, then it doesn't really matter. Unless you want it as anon, of course. Anyway, I think you get it more than me probably. And we will begin with a meditation. So if you would like to close your eyes and just take a few moments to go into your breath. Lovely, deep, relaxing breath. And just allow the day so far to slip away from your shoulders like an overcoat. So let that tension just drop to the floor and dissolve all the way through it. Nice, deep, big breaths, releasing and relaxing further and further. And just see a number between 1 and 10 on the screen of your mind. Whatever is there just represents how present you are right now. There's no need to judge it. Just notice. And if you want to make that number higher, just have a little feel for where your energy might be right now. Maybe with a few people or situations. And just give yourself permission to retrieve your energy and feel as you breathe in all those different parts of you coming back into the present right now. And now just see the word relax dissolve into tiny droplets running down your temples, releasing and relaxing, melting away any tension from your temples. So those beautiful droplets run down over your cheekbones, and the bridge of your nose and your eyebrows and your eyelids and the back of your head, dissolving any tension as it goes down into your jaw. Release and relax your jaw. As those droplets run down your neck, releasing and relaxing all the tension in your neck. Running down into your chest. Feel your heart expand and open and connect with everyone else in the group as you take a nice deep breath in, and as you breathe out, just release and send that light out like a cobweb of light, gathering you all together, setting the intention for the space of love and light, guidance and insight. And as it's Lamas, gratitude and abundance for yourselves and for everyone in the webinar live or who watches it as a replay, and for everyone in the world. We're being abundant. There's plenty to go round. And those droplets of calmness and relaxation just run down through your solar plexus, down through your sacral, down through your hips, down through your knees, taking you deeper and deeper into relaxation. So they run down, down, down through your shins, down through your ankles, and out through your feet. Leaving the whole of you beautifully calm and relaxed. Just keeping your eyes closed, bring your attention to your crown chakra at the top of your head. And as you breathe in light through your crown. Just feel this ball of ethereal silver light growing and pulsating at the top of your head. And with each breath, that bright white light gets stronger and stronger, beaming out into your aura. And with each breath, it starts to beam out more and more, connecting each and every one of you to the world and infinity, each other, the world, infinity, each other, the world, infinity. Just feel how there's no bounds at the moment. For you, everything right now is about being expansive. Now just take a moment to think about all the people you feel grateful for in your life, and just send them love and gratitude. And if there's too many, just get an impression. Maybe you have them in groups. Just beam that light out from your heart and your crown, a light of gratitude and love. And now just think about all the situations you are grateful for in your life. Spend a moment sending your gratitude out to the universe for those blessings in your life. And now, just take a moment to practice gratitude for all the things that might be at least slightly challenging in your life, knowing that everyone is doing their best from their level of consciousness, and that whatever challenges you have in your life are there to make you stronger. So gratitude for the opportunity to grow through whatever may be challenging in your life. Just make it a policy of no resistance. This complete acceptance and grace. Grace moves around things, knowing they have a right to be there. Because we all have a purpose, even if we don't understand where somebody else is coming from or why things are happening the way they are. If they're there, they have a purpose. And to show something respect means just to give it space, even and sometimes particularly if you don't agree with it. And that fundamentally will mean that you are respecting yourself first and foremost. Okay, and now just take a few deep breaths just to bring your attention back to your body and just have a little stretch or a little yawn. Just to come back in. Hi, are you still with me? I'm just going to check the comments box because I saw that I think Jean messaged me on Facebook, but it just flashed up really quickly. And she's my admin on my tarot page, so she's very useful. I don't know if she's trying to tell me that something's wrong. Let me just have a look here. No, everything seems to be fine. Okay, so we will start with the actual Astro Tarot part. I get so excited. Okay, so we have 3 decks to do this reading. We have The Legacy of the Divine by Chiro Marchetti. I'm a big Chiro Marchetti fan. And we have The Tarot of Dreams, yes, by Chiro Marchetti. And we have Osho Zen. Osho is quite a strong figure for me as well. Not that I really chose him, it seems to have been the other way around. It sounds a bit derogatory, but I didn't mean it that way. Okay, so what we do is we start with deck number 1, The Legacy of the Divine. So if you would all like to send your thoughts up to the universe and just say, what is it that the world, and of course we're part of the world, could do with knowing in the first week and the second week and the third week and the fourth week? And I think there's 5 weeks in August, isn't there? Yeah, I'm pretty sure there is. Okay, What is it we could do with knowing this month for the highest good of the world? Okay, I'm going to lay the cards out. You're not going to be able to see them, but when I talk through the weeks, I'll hold them up so you can. I'll show them just before I lay them down. So the first card, surprisingly enough, is Judgment. It's about the biggest card you can get. Expansive energy, which is definitely what's on the cards for this month in August. So I'm not surprised to see that one coming up straight away. The next one is the Seven of Cups for the second week in August. I'm not surprised on that as well, because when something gets really big, it gets very ungrounded. The Seven of Cups has that very ungrounded energy. Nine of Cups, beautiful, for the third week in August. Seven of Pentacles for the fourth week in August. Yeah, that's when everything starts to go in Virgo and gets a bit more grounded. And the fifth week in August is the Five of Pentacles. So we'll have to see what else comes up for that one. Oh, for all of them, really. Okay, so now we will move on to the Tarot of Dreams. Again, send your thoughts up and just set the intention for the highest good, for the information to come through, for the guidance, for us to be used as channels, for whatever the world needs to know, for the highest good of everyone concerned. Okay, and I'm going to play a little game with you now. I'm going to see if I'm going to stop shuffling when you guys think stop. Still going. Oh, stop. Okay. 10 of Swords with Judgment. Wow, for the first week. 3 of Cups with the 7 of Cups for the second week. Very emotional. 6 of Wands with the 9 of Cups for the third week. That's quite beautiful energy too. And the 7 of Coins and the 6 of Cups for the fourth week. That's also really lovely energy. Ah, fascinating that the fifth week we would go from the 5 of Pentacles, which is poverty, to the 10 of Pentacles, which is abundance. One extreme to the other. So it's fascinating already, isn't it, guys? All right, let's have a look with the Osho. All right, so send our thoughts up, maybe even just the Osho. Say, Osho, what is it you wish the world to know? For August 2014, experiencing has just come out as we said that. And again, just tune in with me and see if we can do a collective conscious stop. Okay, there we go. New vision, first week. Okay. Isolation. In the second week. It's interesting because that's the 3 of Swords. And that's now next to the 3 of Cups. Existence, which is the Magician, is coming into the third week. Possibilities. Ooh. It's coming into the fourth week. And harmony is coming into the fifth week. Fabulous. Okay, so let's begin. First week in August. Now we've got quite a lot of squares going on this weekend in astrology, with Mars and Jupiter and Venus and Pluto and the Moon. So it's quite tetchy this weekend. It's like everything could just blow up. And when we look at Judgment here, it's a big kind of instant karmic clearing. It's like bang, and can we release all of the negativity that might have been building up in us, because it feels like that might be the higher purpose of this weekend, is just to release it all, just to get it all out there and be able to let it go, because Judgment is asking us to come out of our judgments, beyond it, to get to that place where We don't need to hold on to anything anymore. We don't need to hold on to the pain. And even though the Ten of Swords looks really quite grisly, actually, I think it's one of the better swords, because it just means the end. It just means that something is being done with. Something is being cleared. And there's this beautiful, fresh, clear energy of a whole new life. So, and that's where the new vision comes in. So there is some very, very strong clearing energies around, particularly this weekend. But for the first week of August, we really are being pushed out of our comfort zones. But I think we've been crying to be pushed out of our comfort zones, because the first half of this year was very hard work, and it was a sense of nothing being able to go forward. We just kept being reined back in. And now it's like the gates are really open. It's massive with Jupiter and Leo. You know, Jupiter is a big, expansive planet, and Leo is a big, expansive sign. And so what you have is like, woo, very, very big energy. And we can go for things now. But in order to go for things, we have to really kind of release a lot, you know. So there is issues this month of being ungrounded. There is issues this month of big pride or big ego. And our challenge is to stay grounded, to stay not full of pride and not in our ego, but stay in the heart, because Leo is also about the heart. It's a big hearted sign. And so, you know, having Venus in there this month and Jupiter, it does just show this beautiful, big, open-hearted energy. Also the sun, you know, everyone loves the sun, and it's Leo's ruler, and that's in there too. So there's some amazing, great benevolence going on, and some lovely, lovely connections with each other. And it might just be time just to clear the air and just to start afresh. And I really think we can do that. I really feel as if we're being given a whole new red carpet is the word that's coming in my head. I don't know why. I mean, Leo is about royalty, so I think I might need to meditate on that one later. Maybe it makes sense to you guys, but it doesn't to me right now. Anyway, we'll move on to the second week in August. Excuse me. So, second week in August, we have a super moon on the 10th in Aquarius. And I was tuning into that moon earlier, and I thought, wow, that actually feels amazing. It feels to me as if it's spreading a lot of peace in the world. And obviously that's something we need at the moment with everything going on in Israel. And, oh, I'm getting tingles coming through my head as I'm speaking at the moment. It feels like it's restoring the faith in humanity, and that can be on a minor level, i.e. our world, our friendships, our connections, but I also feel that it's really, yeah, every time I say this I get tingles in my head. Something about peace coming under the spotlight. Humanitarianism, you know, it's about time everybody started treating each other as humans. We're all the same, you know, and it just feels like there might be some more respect or understanding for people who are different, and for accepting our own quirks and everybody else's quirks as well. So I just feel this really gorgeous energy about it. And supermoons, just in case you don't know, means that the moon is coming really close to the earth, so that you'll be able to see the moon massively on the 10th of August if you are in the UK, because obviously I'm going by GMT time, so I'm not quite sure where you'd be in other parts of the world to that. So super full moons, if we think full moons are very powerful on our emotions anyway, so it coming super close to the earth, it's like it has a super powerful effect. And Aquarius is all about humanitarianism and evolution and going forward. So I get this really huge enlightening feel about the supermoon on the 10th of August. Let's have a look and see what comes up here. So the first card here is the Seven of Cups. So this shows the bounty that we are likely to be feeling this month, not just because it's Lammas, but because of Jupiter in Leo in particular, and some other things going on that makes it very, very bountiful month. And we see that here. And we might get overwhelmed. Another thing with Jupiter is that we can take too much on. We can want to help everybody, particularly with that super full moon going on. Boundaries can get very blurred. So there is a sense here of maybe wanting to do too much good and getting into a little bit of a confused kind of mess. But I think you'll have fun doing it, or we'll have fun doing it. We've got the Three of Cups there for partying, you know, and celebrations and lots of things to feel really, really happy and joyful about. And even though this is isolation, if you look, it's tears is actually melting the ice. So again, I still feel that there's this beautiful feeling of connection, you know, and healing any wounds that have happened, particularly the past 6 months. It just feels like it's a really lovely cleansing time. Okay, so let's move on to the third week in August, and it's quite interesting because the card that's come up, the second card that's come up, you can see it's got Jupiter and Leo. Can you see those symbols in the top corners? The one that looks like a 4 is Jupiter, and the one that looks like a lion's mane is Leo. So we're seeing that we're coming into the heart and the essence of Jupiter and Leo, which I've already spoken about. And we see this bounty also growing in the cups, and cups are about emotions. So we're getting more and more emotionally fulfilled and more clear and more happy. I see the Nine of Cups as the card of self-love out of all of the ones in the tarot. And I see this, I feel like somebody's really loving themselves, not in a narcissistic way, but in that way that's really beautiful, really healthy, and means that they can really connect with other people safely and give them that same quality of love, which is the quality of love. So this is beautiful to see. And what you have here is, as I said, Jupiter and Leo, but it's like this victory. It's like this, yeah, we've got so much to celebrate. I mean, it looks like we've got a 2-week long celebration. It's my birthday on the 11th. So it looks like I'm in for a good long birthday. I think birthdays should last a week, but 2 weeks? I don't know, it seems a bit much. Anyway, getting back to the point, what we've got here is existence, the Magician. Don't you just love it? This is fantastic. It's like saying, just believe in yourself, really believe in yourself, really love yourself. Don't come from fear with your choices. What is it you really, really want in your life? And dare to believe it, dare to go for it. You can do it. You can really, really do it. I feel so fired up and passionate about this. You might have guessed. Let's move on to the fourth week. So in the fourth week, we have Virgo kind of taking over. We have the Sun moving into Virgo on the 23rd. We have a new moon in Virgo on the 25th. And Mercury moved into Virgo on the 15th, so a little way back. Now, it feels to me like that's not a bad thing, because with all of this woo, big dramatic kind of energy, you know, we need a bit of grounding. Virgo is going to give us that bit of grounding. You might find it hard, we might find it hard throughout the month of August to keep a structure, keep a routine, keep a discipline. Like me with the bread basket earlier, it was like, woof, and somebody said to me, you know, Jupiter and Leo, Tiffany, you've just lost all that weight. Watch it. And I was like, no, I'll be fine. I lost weight with Jupiter in Cancer, which is my moon sign. I'll be fine. And she was like, oh yeah, you will be fine, but put that bread in front of me, no discipline. And that type of thing might well be happening a lot this month. And so Virgo is a good thing, because at the end of the month we do get that sense of being able to kind of get on with our routines. The energy's been so big, and it's been so expansive, and it's been so exciting, and it's been so lovely. It's great to enjoy it, really great to enjoy it, but do watch, because it can get a little bit risque when the boundaries get a bit blurred or you get a little bit overindulgent. So yeah, we were kind of lacking a bit of the grounding this month, but what we see in the 4th week is Virgo coming into play, and you see that also with the Pentacles appearing. Before then, we've had basically Cups and Wands and a couple of Swords, but no Pentacles. So, you know, Cups, motion; Wands, action; Swords, thought; but Pentacles are earthing. Pentacles are grounding, and we've got the 7 here, so it shows that actually all of those things that have been happening are actually going somewhere. You know, they are actually starting to turn into something, which is fabulous. But this is interesting. The 6 of Cups is quite nostalgic. It's like a sense of maybe feeling maybe a little bit depressed in a way, you know, like what comes up must come down. It's a slight kind of feeling of like, oh no, it's over, the holiday's finished, I'm gonna get back to work. So we've got that kind of feeling going on there. But don't worry, guys, because look, there's still plenty of possibilities, you know, to come from everything that has happened. Maybe you're missing a few people. Maybe you met someone, you fell in love, and now they've gone off. Maybe it was a holiday romance. You know, there's this feeling of nostalgia and kind of like, it's kind of pining energy. But there's still possibilities to arise from whatever happened. There's still lots of new life on the scene. It's not over yet. Sounding like Grace now. Perfecto, showing my raving days. So anyway, let's get back to the 5th week. What we have here, 5 of Pentacles. Again, that's like that bottom lip dragging on the floor, isn't it? Come on, I need more than this. Life's a bit boring now. I've had enough. But hey, Jupiter's still in Leo, guys. It's like what you ask for, you will receive. Look at that. I think he's got more than he bargained with. You know, it's like a homeless person winning the lottery. It's fabulous. Maybe we'll hear of that. Wouldn't that be awesome? You know, so there is amazing things happening in quite unexpected ways. And how fantastic to see the 10 of Pentacles with the 10 of Cups. 10 Tens of the tarot. Okay, so the happiest ones, it's interesting because we've also got the 10 of Swords this month. The happiest 10s in the tarot are Cups and Pentacles. They're all about self-love and abundance from the inside coming right up and out into your life. 10 of Swords ain't so happy. It's more like they're happier at the lower numbers, like 1. And the same with Wands. You know, their energy just gets more built up. It's like fire. The more high it gets, the more intense it gets. Or wind, the more there is, the more intense it gets. Whereas with the more water it gets, the more support you have, the more you can float. The more earth you have, the more you're supported for your bounty, for your projects. So what we are really seeing here is huge abundant energy, particularly to end on the 10 of Cups and the 10 of Pentacles together. That is fantastic. And that's also why I love doing these things live, is because then you can see, you know, that I'm not just taking the cards out and placing them down and choosing them and making them look amazing and then pressing record. You can see, you know, that they do reflect the energy of the times, you know, with Judgment just going up, this big energy, new visions coming through, Jupiter and Leo, just like it is, you know, and the 2 3s here and the 2 10s here. 3s are about growth. 3s are about growth of abundance, and we finish on the 10, which is like your harvest you've got there. So it feels like a beautiful month, doesn't it, guys? Fingers crossed. I'm really excited and looking forward to it. I am a Leo, so I might be being a bit biased, but Jupiter in Leo and all the planets in Leo is a very benevolent feeling for everybody, generally speaking. So it's too big to be kept to oneself. So now, thanks Jean for saying nothing wrong. I got your message. Let's have a look. It is time to send your either feedback about the meditation, if that's what you wish to do, or is there anything about Lamas that you wish to ask or feedback on? You know, maybe what happened for you today. Can you think of something that was abundant for you today in some way? Or did you have any funny things with bread? And of course, is there anything you wish to ask about your month? I won't be pulling more cards. I'll just be with my astrological knowledge and looking at the cards that are here and channeling directly to kind of get more details for you. So please go ahead and write in the comment box anything you wish to ask, and it comes first come first served, so we'll see how we go. We've got about 45 minutes, so we should get through, people. Let's have a look. Okay, so the first question is from Fernanda. Hello, Fernanda. So funny. Like, I saw Fernanda the other day. We keep saying goodbye to each other, bless her, because she's leaving the country. So we have this grand goodbye, and then I say to her, yeah, okay, we're going to have another cuddle tomorrow. And it's like, she's here. Obviously, she could be in another country now. I don't know that. But it's nice to see you here anyway, Fernanda. Okay, so do I feel that you would ever use your psychic abilities to earn a living? It's quite interesting, because as I was tuning into your question, I started putting the cards away. Like, what? Why am I doing that? You know, there's no reason for me to be putting these cards away. I'm actually supposed to be keeping them out to read. But what I feel this is about, I don't feel this is about you putting your cards away. I don't feel that at all. I just feel that it comes in and out of your life, and I feel that the way that it comes in and out of your life is that you'll know when to use it. I feel that your way in life is more about helping people in whatever way that might be. It might be more mainstream, but it doesn't mean that you're not using your psychic ability. I feel that there's a lot around psychology for you. And, you know, psychology can get more esoteric with things like Jung and things along those lines. So dream analysis and all of that. So you're going into those realms, I feel. But it's, yeah, that's the way I feel that you would be using your psychic ability. That makes sense, hopefully. Thank you, Fernanda. I'm just going to take some water before I read the next question, guys. And also, I want to say, you know, even though this is other people asking questions, and you might not want to ask a question yourself, you can set an intention that somebody on the call would ask a very similar question, and that you would get a message from it that way, if you would rather do it that way. Group sessions are quite amazing for synchronicity. Okay, so, oh, this is interesting. Someone's come up with a question mark symbol. I don't know what that means. In case it means that I'm not supposed to say your name, I'm not going to say your name, because I really don't know what that means. It's a new one. Hello, Tiffany. I would like to ask, what do you see for me in terms of love and money until the end of this year? We'll both be abundant. Thank you very much, and I wish you lots of love and happiness. Oh, thank you. Lots of love and happiness to you too. If I go to the end of this year, it's very up and down. I'm just getting a very up and down graph, and I'm asking if that's around love or money, and I'm being told that that's around money. It feels to me like it's quite erratic. It feels like it's big sums and then it goes really quiet. So I'm wondering whether you are starting up your own business, because I just get a kind of freelancey feel, or I get a feel of no security, and 1 minute it looks amazing and the next minute it looks terrifying. But you know, when it looks terrifying, just know it's going to look amazing again, because it will. And when it's amazing, just know that it's going to be scarce at times as well. So just plan for that. October keeps coming up in my mind. I think there might be something here about things getting more stable around that time, or you learning something around that time. So you've got a couple of months of learning curves, shall we say. I feel love feels pretty quiet now. I don't feel that means that there's nothing happening, because I am picking up a relationship around you. So if you're not in one, then maybe there's somebody around you that is like a friend, or someone that you have not necessarily looked at in that way. But I do get a sense of a constant. I get a sense of there being somebody already, and I get a sense of it being really quite settled. I hope that helps you. Thank you very much for your question and getting involved. And this is from Jackie. Hi Jackie, good evening. Lovely reading, by the way. Thank you. It was, wasn't it? Thank you, universe, for that. Will it be good to write to my mother, father and sister this month? After 11 years of no contact, I'm feeling a shift and time to reach out. Timing is key, I feel. Yes, timing is key. You're right. And does it have to be all of them all at the same time? This is the thing with Jupiter. It can get a bit, got to do it all right now. Is there one maybe that you could start with, and you could express that you feel that you wish to, you know, reconnect with your parents? I mean, it is great, isn't it? Especially if we look at the first week in August, for the first 3 weeks of this month, it does seem to be that it is all about clearing things. But I just feel that there's some vulnerability and nervousness, particularly in your mother, and in your father there's a bit of a closed defense, but that's really masking a deeper thing. So I think he might be the hardest one to connect with. Your sister feels like the easiest one to connect with. Maybe it's just about writing to her and seeing if you know, just communicating and just saying, you know, there's no need to keep this a secret. I am planning, I would like to reconnect with our parents, and you know, you just make sure that she doesn't feel like she's go-between. I guess that's the only thing, isn't it? So you could say that you're gonna write to them on such and such a date or something, or you plan to write to them on such and such a date, so she doesn't feel like she's having to be the go-between, but you're just gently kind of easing in there rather than all of a sudden at the same time, if that makes sense. I hope it helps. Thank you, Jackie, and wish you all the best with that. Good for you. Well done. Okay. What does the immediate future hold for me on the personal level? The love states, please. Thank you, Tiffany. This is from Nikki. Hiya, Nikki. Nikki, I feel as if your social life has gone down the drain, if I'm honest. I might be wrong. I do feel you've got, well, at least one really good friend. But it's like, are you going out? Because I just see you being around each other's houses. It feels to me like it might be good to join some groups. Have you thought about doing a spiritualist church? Do you do anything like that? You know, if money is tight, there are ways to get out of the house and still meet people with the same interests. You know, this I'm talking about social life because I feel like that is a gap to get to where you want to be. You know, it feels like your light is dimmed down and it's being hidden, and so if you want one, it feels like there's the need to go out there and kind of yeah, not like go out in bars on the pool. I'm not talking about that. Be in the right place for you, your interests, and just be you, and just, yeah, go into those like hobbies or things like that, knowing that you are nurturing you, and that if anything else comes of that, that's a bonus. And be open to that, but don't put too much energy into it, because it feels like that creates problems or resistance or an imbalance. Okay, I hope you find that useful. Thank you very much. Okay, I've got a private one that's not anonymous. I think that means that they want to be anonymous. So I am going to treat that as so. And this person is asking about health. Health is a dodgy one, really, because I'm not a qualified health practitioner. So I can't really advise on it. I can advise holistically, and of course I have to say to go and see your GP. What I'm being drawn to, so anything that I say, you know, is for you to talk to your GP about, maybe if it makes sense or resonates with you. What I'm being drawn to is, I think it's the left leg. It feels skeletal to me. Feels like hips are maybe out of balance. I don't know whether it's that you need to see a chiropractor. Acupuncture's coming in as well. So it's like all the meridians and all the energy channels aren't aligned from what I can see. So there's something here about constriction of oxygen, and just feeling like lethargic and off key and off balance. I'm also being shown kale, you know, the curly kale green veg. I think there must be something in there that maybe you're lacking. But this is something for you to speak to your GP about, if any of that makes sense. Maybe there's an iron deficiency going on as well. Again, it's for you to talk to your GP about. Thank you very much for your message, and I hope you find it useful. Hi Connie, nice to see you here. Was offered an introduction to a possible part-time job today. Do you see anything coming of this for the future? Thank you so much, and wishing you a fabulous month. I do, I really do. And it feels nice, this job, Connie. It feels like there's something here about community, you know, and you feeling very happy with the people that are around in that job. I don't get any politics, don't get any nastiness. It just feels like a nice bunch of people, and it feels easy. It just feels like you slip in there and you feel familiar, and it just feels like you're part of the team and like you've always been there. It feels really lovely, and I'm really happy for you. Thank you very much for your message. Hi Tiffany, what do you make of the bosses suggesting I take a contract that allows longer work but lower income on Lamas? Oh, okay. So today, I've always enjoyed short-term contracts. You know, as soon as I read your question, I almost feel like saying, well, it doesn't really matter what I think, does it? Because you're the one that's taking it. And from reading your message, and, you know, as we written word can often be miscommunicated and we can often misread it, but what I'm picking up, and I guess I've got to trust that, is that you don't think a lot of it, really, do you? I mean, why would you? Anyway, common sense tells me that you wouldn't. You say that you've always enjoyed shorter term contracts, and you've picked up that this has been done on Lamas, which is about abundance, so it doesn't really fit, does it, with the current energy? Is it one of those things that's being cleared from your life that we were seeing in the first week of August, with Judgment and the 10 of Swords, so that you can get in contact with your own vision? And manifest the 10 of Pentacles, go from the 5 of Pentacles, which is the poverty consciousness, saying, oh, and I just have to get what I get. Going to the 10 of Pentacles, which is like, no, stop that. I'm worth more than this. I think I'm just reflecting your own thoughts, really. But sometimes we just need that, don't we? Just that little bit of confirmation of what we're feeling. I hope you find it useful. Thank you. Okay, so this one says none, but I think they mean a non. And talking about how they went through a really bad breakup last month. I'm very sorry to hear that. And I know that I've been kind of on, you know, I know who you are, and I know who you're talking about, and I know that I've had bits of insight into this already. You're asking me if they will come back. Now, obviously, when we go through a breakup, it's so tough, and particularly if it's a really bad one. And at that time, we can feel like we just want that person back. But to me, it feels like if there's a coming back at all, it's just to clear up loose ends, if I'm honest. And I just got to trust that you're ready to hear that, because you're here tonight, you've asked the question, and it's what's coming through. It would be good to try and finish this as peacefully as possible, because I do feel that this is a very karmic relationship. And that's the thing with these karmic relationships and these soulmate relationships. You know, it's very much a case of when we come together, we have an opportunity to work through the karma or create more karma. It's really hard to kind of be able to work through the karma, because we need to be conscious and to understand. Yet it's like this pattern, this pattern of stuff that just feels uncontrollable, this like rolling ball of karma just coming and flattening you, you know. And it feels like this is what's happened between you and this person, to me. And if there can just be understanding that that is the energy that you're both trying to deal with in this incarnation, and that there actually is deep love between you, and that you are actually from the same soul group, but something needs to be cleared now. You've gone through one level of that karma, and you don't want it to be ending really badly if you can possibly manage it. All of those things I was talking about, grace and gratitude, maybe just listen back to the webinar, you know, throughout the month. I think it might well kind of help to release or send more peaceful energy out there. I do feel that there is a need to let go of the need to have that person back as it was. But I know it's easier said than done, and it will happen in your own good sweet time. So just be conscious of treating yourself well, choosing gentle thoughts and feelings for yourself, and also sending that gentleness out in the connection that you have with this other person. And I wish you all the best with it. Thank you for getting your question in. Someone said, this is Sarah. She said, it's okay, you can say my name. Thanks, Sarah. Nice to meet you. I don't know if you're new to the webinar. I don't really feel like a familiar energy with you. Could be wrong. Be good to know. Okay. Either way, I hope you're enjoying it. So this is also a question mark one. So I am not sure whether to say your name. So I'm just gonna, I don't know what these question mark ones are. Really haven't got a clue. So I'm not going to say your name in case it is to do with the Anon thing. And it says, hello from Brazil. Hello from Brazil. Gosh, Brazil. I'd love to be in Brazil. Tiffany, I've been alone for a long time, and I would like to ask if you can see something about a relationship for me. Thank you very much. And when you say a long time, is it as much as 9 years? because the first number that comes into my head is 9 years. And I get pulled back to something 5 years ago as well. So maybe you had somebody that you liked then, but it didn't really come off for some reason. As when I get given these numbers, it's mainly about a chapter kind of closing or changing. So I feel like something 9 years ago happened that kind of closed you down in some way. And you know, when we get really, really hurt and then we close our hearts, and that hurt just stays in, really, and we just stay closed. But I feel like something about 5 years ago, there was a really strong connection as well, and it feels to me like that didn't happen, and I get a sense of you closing down even more hurt into your heart. I feel that times are better now, but there is work to be doing on opening your heart and feeling that pain, you know, because we have to if we want to bring something into our lives. So you're probably thinking, oh, how do I do that? I feel like I'm over it. And yeah, you are over the person. I'm not, but the experience, I feel, has left a mark on you. But I'm getting something around 7. And I don't understand why I'm getting the number 7. So I can't really get more clarity on that for you. But it just feels like, how do you open your heart? I mean, I only really give a minute. I might have gone over a bit tonight because we finished the Astro Tarot early because it was just so nice and easy and light. But look into ways that you can just open your heart, like this meditation we did actually at the beginning was a heart opening. So this is a good one for you to practice, which you can do with the replay. But I do get something about 7 really strongly, and I don't know what that's about, but it feels new, it feels imminent, it doesn't feel like you've got far to go, and I hope you find it useful. Thank you. Okay, I've got one question here, and then I've got someone saying that I've skipped a couple of people, so then somebody else says it too. So sorry, I didn't see that. I will have to go back and look for you, Stephanie and Jean. Sorry that I skipped you, but I will do Courtney first. And it says, hello, Tiffany. The last couple of months have been stressful and confusing on all levels. Wow, physically, spiritually, mentally draining. It's feeling a little sluggish and slow and stuck. Advice or anything that I should be focusing on? Thank you. Are you Scorpio, Courtney? I just keep feeling like I could do with your date of birth. Can you pop your date of birth in, please? And I'll scroll up for it. Are you still there, Stephanie? Sorry, Courtney. Can you put your date of birth in to the chat box, please? Okay. Don't know if you're still there. So you're right, the energy does feel pretty murky around you, which is why I wanted your date of birth, because it's like trying to read a swamp rather than a clear pool. Thank you, Courtney. September the 25th. Okay, so you are you Scorpio? No, you're Libra. Are you Libra? Come on, brain, work. Yeah, you are, aren't you? Are you Libra? I'm like, are you Virgo? Are you Libra? Brain is not working. Can you tell me if you're Virgo or Libra, please? brain has gone to sleep. I think I'm in your energy. It's just like, oh, I don't know what I'm doing. It feels to me as if you do need a break, Courtney. I think you really do need a break. A change of scenery, and just stop trying to plug away at things at the moment, because I just don't think you're in the right energy at all. It feels like the more pampering you can have for yourself, and even if you don't have a lot of money, just find the ways that you can do what you can with where you are. Yes, I am Libra. That's interesting, because I did the Astro Tarot mantra, which you can find on my website, funnily enough, tiffanycrosara.com. If you go to blog and then go to Astro Tarot mantra, Libra was having a hard time this month. I can't exactly remember what was going on, but it did look quite tough. And you have had a tough time, you Libras. You've been caught in the Cardinal Grand Cross, which is like hung, drawn and quartered. Think Jesus on the cross. It's not easy for most of this year. And I've known Libras that are really, really going through some very, very intense stuff. However, Mars has now shifted out of your sign and has gone into Scorpio, so you're kind of going out of the cross now, so you are likely to be feeling better, but I don't think it's going to be an overnight thing, particularly when it's been rough and tough for a while. We tend to, don't we? We tend to kind of think we still feel that, and we can't see in the present moment that the energy's changed, because we're still coming from where we've just been. So if you can do meditations to kind of drop everything that's been going on before, because things are, astrologically at least, they are set to be getting better for you. So the more that you clear your energy, just release, clear your energy, the better. Change your environment, get away for a weekend, do some pampering, rock salt baths, just generally treat yourself well, and be open to know that all of that happened in the past, and this moment, every moment is a new moment. Just keep that thought going, and I think you'll feel a lot better. All right, I hope that you find that useful. So let me try and find where I skipped. There you are. How did I do that? Didn't see you at all, Jean or Stephanie. Okay, so Jean, this month started with an abundance of water and clearing as our apartment was flooded due to a blockage in the pipes. Wow, okay. Things have cleared, we have cleared up, an abundance of self-love ensues. Really great way to start this month. How can it get better? Let it be so. Well, Jean, I know that you're a Scorpio, my love, and I know that Mars is in your sign at the moment, and Mars wants to dig, Mars wants to get to the bottom of things. No wonder that your pipes erupted. It's like everything coming up, and Scorpio being a water sign. So this month started, so you're talking about today, are you? And Mars has just moved into Scorpio. How can it get better? I do feel like there's something here about all the old stuff in your flat. Something here about ripping up the carpet. Is there carpet in the kitchen? Something here about getting all the old crap out and having newness. Really going for it with the interior design. I know you're such a creative soul. It just feels like you could also maybe hoard a lot, and I feel as if this is Pluto and Mars and everything just going, clear it all, cleanse it all, wash it all, get it all out, start again, perhaps even go minimalist. I keep seeing white. It's like everything wants to be whitewashed, everything wants to be painted. So it's back to basics, I think, Jean, back to really looking at the home and starting afresh on that level, first and foremost. I hope you find that useful. Thank you very much. Stephanie's tried to tell me something about the question marks on a later message, so thank you for that, Steph. I haven't read it all yet, but I think you were telling me it was fine to do the question marks. I will try and look at it after this. And it says, I would like to ask Spirit what the energies are surrounding my move to Ireland and finding a job and a home there, and how it might manifest. Wow. Also, happy Lammas. Oh, happy Lammas to you too, Steph. Thank you, Tiffany, as always. In week 3, existence looks like a Perseid? Don't know how you say that. Meteor shower. Oh, wow. Yeah, I think I've heard something about that before. Was that last August? Yeah, fabulous. Thank you for that amazing insight that you've given as well, Stephanie. So moving to Ireland feels to me like there's a creative energy around you there. Funny that. What were you asking? Finding a job and a home. So the job, to me, it feels to me like there's a real community feel around the home and the job, to be honest. I'm getting like a sense of working in maybe a health food cafe and doing, you know, your own business on the side. And I keep getting I keep seeing like a wood and a wooden hut or something, like a log cabin. I don't know, it feels beautiful. I have to say, I think you'll be very happy. I think it's going to really suit you. I think it would drive me crazy. Mind you, I am getting more and more into the health food, and it is starting to appeal more and more. I did think I was a city girl, but I am starting to change a little bit. But yeah, I feel like, wow, congratulations. I didn't know that you were moving to Ireland, and it feels fabulous for you, my love. It really does. It might just be that you know, I think the key word for you with this move to Ireland is community and being open to exploring whatever is in front of you. It might not necessarily meet your plan or your agenda, but eventually it will. But at the beginning, it's all about networking and connections and communication. I feel that it's just going to really suit you right down to the ground. I'm so excited for you. That's lovely. Thank you, Stephanie. Okay, so let's come back up here. Helen says, awesome meditation. Happy Lammas. Happy Lammas, Helen. I have no question at this time, but I feel gratitude abundantly. Gratitude abundantly, right back at you too, sweetheart. Thank you very much. Jackie said, thank you. Hugs, never thought of that. Aha, okay. You're welcome. Someone says, many thanks. This was the health one. Tiffany, you were spot on. Stay blessed. Love and light to you and family. Love and light to you too, sweetheart. Connie says, hugs, must leave the call. We'll catch the rest later. You are the best. Thanks again. You're the best too, sweetheart. We're all the best. Thank you. Stephanie says, the question marks are because there is a box we have to check. Gives us the choice of chat or question. Means that we are okay with our names being read. I still don't understand it, but thank you for saying that it's okay for the names being read. That really does help. Thank you so much. Much appreciated, Steph. Today, everything is clearing. No carpets, but we have been massively decluttering. That's from Jean. Okay, keep up the good work then, Jean. Louise says, if you have time, any advice on my friend who is not talking to me and what I can do to let it go? Yeah, it's a tough one, isn't it? She feels angry, and it feels like there is something here about needing to release the cord that feels like it's connected to your solar plexus. So it's like she's maybe trying to manipulate you with her anger. It's like she wants to be, she's like, I'm right. I need to be told that I'm right. It's like, no, there is no wrong or right in this. And that's how we let it go. And that's how you release the cord. and that's how you don't get emotionally caught up in it all, and that's how you can hold the space for her to go nuts if she wants to go nuts, even if it's just energetically and not in your kind of presence. I think that's going to give the best chance for things in the future. So yeah, it's great that you're asking how do you let it go. I think that's the perfect thing, letting it go but staying open for clearing and newness when the time is right. But yeah, cutting the cord, removing from the solar plexus, and just saying there is no wrong or right in this, you know, and just releasing and holding space for her to do whatever she needs to do, you know, and just trusting that whatever will come about when it's ready. Okay, I hope you find that useful. Thank you, Louise. Jean says, love the webinar, but must dash as it's time for lights out and some rest. Much love to you, Tiffany. That's why you're on Facebook so early every morning. Okay, sleep well, Jean. Stephanie, thanks, Tiff. Funny you should say that. My chap runs his own superfood company. Fabulous. Awesome. And we were contemplating getting a yurt for me to live in the garden. It's near lovely woods too. How fabulous. You know, it just feels perfect for you. Absolutely perfect. I'm so excited for you. It's awesome. Thank you. This one's a non, and they are basically so sweet, saying, are they too late for a question? No, you're not. Bless your heart. Don't know where July has gone at all. Yeah, I know what you mean. Feels like I'm still going through the chaos of Jan to June. Oh, you poor thing. I know it's been really horrible those first 6 months. So need a positive shift, especially in relationship. Do you see any? You're an Aries. Yeah, Aries. You're like Libra. You've been really going through it. And actually, looking back at the Astro Tarot mantra, which you can look at on my website, you're still going through it, bless your heart, because you've got Uranus in your sign, you see, and that's kind of like staying in a square with Pluto. It is kind of shaking stuff up for you this year, big time on every level. Home, job, friends, relationships, all in the ringer, and it's like, oh god, I don't know what I'm doing. 1 minute they're in, the next minute they're out. 1 minute they're in, the next minute they're out. That person who I thought would never be around is suddenly around. Now they're gone. Now I wanted to do this yesterday to work, but now I want to do something else. Do I want to stay where I am in my home, or do I need to move somewhere else? It's like, oh my god, you know. Yeah, so I know you said you want some positivity. The positive side of it is that it's not boring for you this year. I think the best way through it is to know that this too will pass. It absolutely will pass. Uranus is a long stay. I know, it takes a while throughout sign, just as Pluto is a long stay. So, you know, it's not particularly easy, but it's always the entry points, the first points, and the, you know, that kind of stuff that is the hardest, and then we learn from it more and more and more. Grounding, meditation, nature, yoga, eating well, treating yourself with gentle thoughts and love, and that will all have a positive effect on any relationship issues that you might be going through. It's almost like you've got to be really disciplined with yourself, because there's not any kind of structure around you. It's like you're having to be your own disciplinarian, and the more that you can really work on you, the more calm and the more strong you're going to get through this, and the more you're going to be like a rock, and the more everything will just you know, it's better to get to that place of peace on our inside ourselves when everything else is going haywire. That's true strength. So know that this transit is what that's all about, and I hope that that gives you, I know it's not going to say like everything's going to get better on the outside, but it gives you the way to navigate through it so that you get real strength, which a lot of us don't. A lot of us just stay dependent on things being all right on the outside. Desiderata, isn't it, the peace poem which says, if you can keep your head while all around you loses theirs. That's very much what you're going through from what I can see. And I hope that you find that useful. Okay, we've gone to the end of the questions, but it's so nice to see that you're all getting excited for each other. Louise says, thank you, Tiffany. Great webinar. And Jackie says, yurt. Fantastic. And that's a great way to end. That's a perfect timed message, Jackie, which was what your question was about. Trust in your own perfect timing, hey? All right, so we're going to do a little bit of grounding now because we're really going to need it this month. All right, so you'd just like to close your eyes again. Take a nice deep breath in. Breathe in all the abundance. Breathe in all the things that the universe wants to create through you this month. Breathe out, send it down into the ground. Really feel your legs, really feel your feet. Another deep breath in and send imaginary roots down into the ground with your next breath. And another deep breath in. Really using your body, really send it down into the ground. Grounded, be grounded, be grounded. Stretch, yawn, do whatever you need to do. Have a fantastic month, guys. Really make the most of it because, you know, we've had a really quite bumpy year so far. So it's time, you know. And if you want a reading with me, you know, if you want to go into more depth, you can look at my website, tiffanycrosara.com. I've also got tarot courses there if you would like to learn with me under courses or e-courses. And don't do the pop-up offers because I've never really got to grips with them. So you just, yeah, you'll find your way there if you're meant to. Love, peace and blessings to you all. Thank you very much for joining me this Lamas. I've really enjoyed it. I hope you've enjoyed it just as much, if not more. Thank you. Bye for now.